severe line of thunderstorms moving.
Sur les Alpes et sur les Pyrénées.
Heavy rain, strong gusty winds.
Very dangerous situation has been unfolding.
When you look at our cities, they look clearly divided. On one side, the side we call the formal sector, we find citizens with means and the weight of law on their side. With access to money and political power, they pay taxes, and so their roads are paved and planted with herbaceous borders. Their children are educated. They build solid homes in leafy suburbs. From here, they consume voraciously, generating mountains of waste disposed of without a thought. And when extreme weather comes, they retreat into their well-built homes. On the other side of the divide, the side we call the informal sector, are the poor, with no access to money, influence, or the law. Not for them the paved roads, education, or healthcare. They make their homes out of scraps on marginal land that no one wants. The banks of a river, the side of a steep mountain, the swamp, the dry canyon, the rubbish heap. They consume very little. In spite of their numbers, their footprint is small. And when extreme weather strikes, they wonder if they'll ever see their home again.
Because people living in slums are at risk, they're at the cutting edge of disaster mitigation. They know no one's going to do it for them, so they do it themselves. Want to know how to handle extreme weather? This is where you start.
Another misconception surrounding the informal sector is that they are chaotic and lawless, pockets of random and aberrant behavior with no structure or internal organization. But underlying the obvious ills associated with unemployment and poverty, there is a very different reality.
If there's flooding, we don't have to wait for officials to come. We are able to have people in our communities that are able to address issues that are with regards to flooding and any other disasters that are taking place in informal settlements.
So some communities have taken it upon themselves to restructure their settlements to be more disaster friendly, incorporating alternative energy sources to an impressive extent.
As you can see on the roof, that is the solar panels which charging the battery. This is the distribution box which controls the power from the panels. Down here is a battery. Then the distribution box controls the power from the battery to feed all the appliances which is working inside here, 3 lights, fridge and TV and DVD and the radio as well.
SDI may be pointing the way with a highly organized network of urban poor federations in 33 countries across Asia, Africa, and Latin America, all following specific methodologies at community, city, and national level. The burden associated with climate change needs to be shared, and those who have most responsibility for greenhouse gas emissions must cut emissions first. But the benefits of climate change must be fairly allocated too. Those who have benefited and still benefit from emissions in the form of ongoing economic development and increased wealth have an obligation to share these benefits with those who are today suffering most from the effects of these emissions. The urban poor, as vulnerable as they are, happen to be more resilient and resourceful than the middle class. They are already applying their capacity to adapt to climate-induced disasters. It is time that their efforts are acknowledged, their actions recognized, and their demand for a safe and decent life be addressed.